Topic two today, it's some news, and I just want our reaction to this, Dion. The NCAA tournament is expected to expand. Reports came out this week that 76 teams is likely beginning in 2026 into 2027. So the season after next. It was Ross Dellinger from On3 who reported that executives from the NCAA are inching closer to expanding the NCAA tournament from 68 to 76 teams. There would be 24 teams that would basically play in a 12 game opening round over 2 days. So it would completely change the way we view the play-in and the opening rounds of the NCAA tournament. Roughly a quarter of the field would be put into an opening round in a neutral site area. I don't know what to do with this. It's going to totally change the way this tournament works if that's what they do. Do you like this? Do you hate this? What do you think?
So here's my honest answer. I hate it today, because like today it affects my mental and it's like 76 teams instead of what is already working. Like what if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Um, However, whenever it starts, I genuinely won't care. More basketball is never going to be something that like I push back against. I think whenever we get to it. So I think it's one of those things that I hate right now. Eventually I won't care. However, if we start to teeter around that like 90 teams in the tournament number, that's when I'll probably be like, okay, this is ridiculous. But like eight more teams, if you think about the teams that just missed the cut last year, I don't think West Virginia getting a shot at North Carolina actually is a bad thing. I actually think that would probably be like one of the most watched games in the tournament because of all the like narrative around it going into the game, right? So depending on how they do it, I don't think it'll be a big deal at all.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't care about expanding, but I care about the details of how it works. So basically, the way this is reported, Yahoo Sports has an article summarizing it. But the 24 teams that are in these opening round games, 12 of them would be the lower seeded automatic qualifiers, and then 12 of them would be the final 12 at large. Here's a bid. We think you're good enough teams. So, conference tourney champion, automatic qualifier, 12 of those would be in the opening round. And then 12 of them would be the at large teams that we've come to know and love, like an expanded pack of Dayton teams, basically. Um, 37% of the teams that win an auto bid, winning their conference, would need to win this opening round game to get into the round of 64. That seems horrible. Like that's basically giving every Cinderella candidate that we know and love like an extra game. This would kill like it's making Florida Atlantic, Dusty May's team that made the run, win 5 games to get to a Final Four instead of getting to 4. I don't think that's good for the game. I don't think like I want Oral Roberts to be able to get there. I want St. Peter's to be able to get there. This is making it infinitely harder on teams seeded 14, 15, 16 to do that. Now, if I'm a Big Ten fan or a power conference executive, I'm like, sign me up. This is great. It makes it better for us. But it kills Cinderella. Like people were mad, oh, did we kill Cinderella with the COVID year? You would kill Cinderella with this, 100%. So I'm really frustrated with that. On the idea of expansion in general, go to 76. I don't care. Like I really, really do not care if Dayton the play-in works the same way it has. But yeah, we can't make it harder on Cinderella. And to me, that's what this would do. Dion, you okay? You look a little sweaty.
So every August, September, my air conditioning breaks and there's just nothing I can do about it.
Dude, that's tough. Out in California too. Like, I mean, what is it, like 80 degrees still there today?
Today's gonna be like 85, 90, but like peak summer, it gets like 110. My AC just doesn't ever hold up.
I mean, it sounds like it's a bummer that you can't take advantage of Duncan Mechanical Solutions because Duncan Mechanical Solutions is an HVAC company based in Angola, servicing the tri-state area, bringing commercial quality to the residential world with excellent customer service. You heard us talk about Duncan Mechanical last summer. If you need heating or air conditioning, kitchen or bath remodeling, or all of the above, Duncan Mechanical is the place to go in the Midwest. Go to duncanmechanicalsolutions.com to take advantage and make sure you don't wind up like Dion.
I want to do the expansion thing, but gee, could I propose an expansion that like differs from what's going on?
Please.
So I don't want to do like I'm cool with like so we bring 63 teams get an automatic berth because what is 64, right? Yeah, so 63 get the automatic berth, selection Sunday, boom, boom, boom. We take the other 13. They play in a tournament in Vegas. Winner goes to the March Madness.
Ooh, I like that.
Something like that. Or maybe you take the other 14 because it has to be an even number, I guess, right? And then the top two teams get to get the final two spots in March Madness. I think I would prefer it that way versus like, hey, here's like a one game off. Winner gets to go get smoked by Duke on Tuesday.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I'd be in on anything that operates that way. But like, God, dude, can you imagine like being some upstart coach at like UMBC and you win your conference tournament? You're like so happy to be there, and they're just like, here's another game. You got to go play. You got to go play Hubert Davis in the opening round just to make the round of 64. I'd be so annoyed with that.
It's crazy. The idea of like Virginia State University Tech School finally wins their conference for the first time in 100 years. By the way, you get to play this at large from the ACC. Winner gets Purdue in a couple days. Like, what are we talking about? You have to win a game to subsequently go get smoked on Friday? Like, I don't know. That part doesn't make sense to me. But again, if it's like a 14 team tournament to get to go, I think that's super exciting. And what I would do is that tournament would get some sort of like NIL check the way like the players era does to incentivize them. Like, here's your reward for like winning this tournament. And also like Duke gets to beat you by 40 later this week.
Basically, just make the players era a postseason tournament with real implications. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, just on the dynamic I'm talking about with the underdogs, not only would it make it harder on them, it would kill one of the most special elements of the NCAA tournament and the idea of Cinderellas. If you're a 16 seed, Dion, you have to go play the best team, right? Like, imagine if that UMBC team that beat Virginia, the first 16 seed team ever to win, imagine if their first game was the 42nd best team in the country that just snuck in from a power conference. Like that's not the same dynamic at all. And even if it's an easier game to win, it's an extra game. But like to me, what's special about that is like the little team from nowhere that shouldn't be here has to go up against Duke and Cooper Flag game one. Can they do it? And that just totally takes away the magic of that. And I think it would really honestly bring an effect to March Madness that none of us want. We don't want the magic to go away.
Exactly. And that's where I think you would lose me. But I also like, I don't know, they could make it entertaining, I guess, too. You know what I mean? And maybe what I would do if I was NCAA, Duke has to do like conditioning practice in the build up to March Madness while these teams play. Like you have to do conditioning drills, like 417s, Coach Carter stuff, thousands of push-ups just to make the game a little bit more interesting. But I don't know, it takes all the magic away. And like I said, like how depleting for these teams would it be of like you have to play to earn the right to lose to Duke? Like that's no fun.
No,
That's not.
I agree. I think that all makes sense. Yeah, I look, in the end, whatever they do, right? Whatever they do, it's more basketball. So we'll whine about it and we'll complain and we'll just end up watching it and loving it and covering it the same way we do. But the only thing for me, I really don't care about expansion. I just don't want to kill the way the Cinderellas work. I think that's a hugely important part of why this sport is special. And it sounds like that might be taken away from us. So better enjoy this March if it's the final March as we know it.